Hi everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today we're going to show you how to do the Kofte meatballs recipe. This comes from the Slimming World Curry Club book, and yeah, enjoy! Hi guys, so this is the pork kofte curry, but we're not doing it with pork mince, we're doing it with bean mince. This is the lean and bean beef mince from Asda. It's less than 5% and it's made with soybean as well, so it's even healthier. So we've got this, we've got one chopped onion, it's been chopped quite coarsely. We've got a tin of chopped tomatoes. There is some spices. Now in here we've got some 2 centimeters ish of ginger, which has been grated. There is a tablespoon of garam masala. Can't say that. There is some, what's that? That's garlic powder, because we didn't have any fresh garlic, and there's a teaspoon of turmeric as well. We've got a bunch of coriander, which we put through the blitzer just to chop that really finely. There's a tablespoon of cumin seeds as well. And we're using the rapeseed oil because we're using garlic in the recipe. We're not adding garlic in at the oil stage, so just using an ordinary fry light for that one. So that's what's going in. And Ruffus is also doing the cauliflower rice, aren't you, love? So if you hear the machine whirring and stuff in a minute, then that'll be Ruffus. Okay, so that's all the ingredients, so you know what we've got. Oh, and there's also, I think there's 350 ml of boiling water with 2 vegetable stock cubes in there. Now, we're having it with cauliflower rice today, only because we're on an SB day. Now, we were going to have some of this, which is the organic edamame spaghetti. So that is just edamame beans and water. What?
Edamame, innit?
Edamame.
Edamame beans.
Edamame. I don't know how to say it. Edamame. So it's those beans. Anyway, they're like soybeans basically. But because the cauliflower needs using, because the head of the cauliflower started to come apart, which means it's time to use it. We got them cheap on a yellow sticker thing in Asda anyway. But so putting them through the cauliflower blitzer, through the rice maker, just as easy. Right. So a couple of sprays of the fry light. I'll edit that out. A couple of sprays of the fry light, just to get yourself going. So I'm just mixing all of this paste together.
This is all body magic now.
It is all body magic. There you go. So I'm mixing all of that together, and I'm adding that into the coriander mix, just because what we're wanting to do is to get everything for the paste, everything mixed together. So that's all of our spices all mixed down with the coriander, and we're going to want to add 2/3 of this into the pan once the fry light gets going. So there we go. So I'm going to say we've not actually made this before, so you are along with us. If it all turns out rubbish, then you are actually along with us for the ride, so it's a bit of an adventure. So there we go.
All the other ones you've done in that though have been really nice.
Yeah, it's a really good recipe book.
I wouldn't
actually
think it was going to go wrong. It would probably be nice.
Something else to do with the cauliflower, if you have actually got a cauliflower that needs using up, you could also do the whole spiced cauliflower recipe as well that's in that book, which is yummy, isn't it? We can't have that today because we're on an SP day, so we're not having any yoghurt today. And with the...
We can have quark,
yeah, but with the whole spiced cauliflower, the idea is that you coat it with natural yoghurt, and then put the spices on top, but we can't have the yoghurt. So Ruffus is just blitzing the cauliflower down. So you want to stir this around for about 2 or 3 minutes. 4 tablespoons of tomato puree. So it's about 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you want to add in your cumin seeds as well. So the tomato puree and the cumin seeds. So it's all going to get very, very, very spicy. It smells yummy.
All I can say is though, for the people that put a lot of some of the recipes, we've tried a couple in some of the other books, but we'll put chilli, and if you're not sure quite how much chilli, it's always better to put a little amount of chilli if you're putting in some of the hot dishes. and always add to it afterwards. Otherwise, I think we had one that was quite hot, weren't we? But
yep. So I'm adding the onion in as well. It does say actually you to put a green de-seeded chilli in, but we haven't got any.
No.
So I will just add in a little bit of chilli flakes, just as this is cooking off. I actually made a mistake there because I was supposed to put the onions in along with the other paste stuff, but never mind. I did think it was a bit dry, but that smells yummy.
That hungry, I'll eat it like that.
It smells delicious. So yeah, just cooking this all down. Nearly finished the cauliflower, the rice. So this is where I'm going to add some of the chilli flakes. Oops. This is where I wasn't prepared, you see, because I forgot about the chilli. So this is just some chilli flakes. This is in our standard spice pot, so we keep these in all the time. Just a shake in. It's probably a teaspoon and a bit there, but whoopsie. Whoopsie, you don't really want to set fire to the spark lighter, do you really? Not a good idea. But we use chilli flakes and chilli and paprika a lot in our cooking. Which, if you're on Slimming World, you'll know it's good because it actually does help speed up your metabolism and things as well. So that's now been cooking through for a few minutes, so I'm going to add in the chopped tomatoes. And I believe the vegetable stock goes in here. Yes, it does. So I'll just use that. There you go. Put that in as well. So now, so far, that's just the tomatoes, the onions, and all the spices for the paste. That's all in there. So that's just cooking down there. Now we're going to leave that to simmer, so I'm actually going to swap that over to the other pan. And now it's on to the mince. So this is the beef, lean and bean mince that we use a lot of because it's really healthy. Now we do use a lot of pork mince, but bizarrely when we come to do a pork recipe we haven't got any pork in, so we're using the lean and bean. It doesn't really matter. Mince is mince at the end of the day.
As long as it's 5%, it's fine.
Yeah, as long as it's healthy. So all I'm doing is just basically breaking it up from the packet. Now this has actually come from the freezer because, again, this was a yellow sticker bargain, and we do love, here it is, we do love a yellow sticker bargain, and sometimes, as always, if you can't use it immediately, then you can put it in the freezer and then it's good for whenever you need it. So it's always useful to have in. So all I've done is crumble the mince in there, and I'm just putting the rest of the spices, and I'm just going to move that round by hand. So just mixing that all in by hand. There we go. So it's not too spicy, the mix for these, but it is just spicy enough. And then again, because we didn't put any of the green chilli in, we've actually got some hot chili mix powder. So we've got chili flakes in the sauce. I'm gonna have a little bit of chili in there. So I'm not doing a lot, just a couple of sprinkles of it, because this is hot chili. We made that mistake once before, didn't we?
And then it was super hot.
And it was super, super, super hot. So again, just get your hands in. You can use utensils if you want, but there's nothing better than getting your hands in and getting up to your fingers in mince. Yeah, getting dirty. We like getting dirty occasionally. Then all you want to do is to take your mince and form it into some meatball shapes. And we're going to pop these in the pan. Now it says 24, so we're going to go with sort of fairly small, but not tiny meatballs. But there's not a lot of space in this pan as it is.
Let them cook halfway through and then just turn them over. And that's it pretty much.
Yeah. So we might have to leave some of this out for another day, because there really isn't an awful lot of space in the pan. Right, so that's about as much space as we're going to get in the pan. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So there's 12 in there, and there's mix there for probably another half a dozen. But that's all we're going to fit in there. And I'm just going to add in a little bit more boiling water through it, just to make sure that there's enough fluid to cook all of those meatballs off. I don't want them to dry out I don't want the mix to dry out too much. There we go. So this is the cauliflower rice. Ruffus has just made this up. It's 2 fairly big heads of cauliflower that needed using because they were just on the turn, weren't they, really? So we could have steamed it and had some steamed veg with it, but because we're doing a curry type thing, we like a bit of rice, so this is the way we're going with it today. So we've blitzed it in the Tefal Fresh Express, but if you haven't got one of those machines, you can buy one at the moment in Lidl's. It's called an electric grater, and it's literally 20 quid. It's 19.99 in Lidl's. Whereas the packets of these, how much were they in Sainsbury's? Were they 125? I think they were for, was it like that, 250 grams as well?
Sainsbury's tends to be a little bit dearer.
Yeah, but even when we've seen them in Asda and that, the pre-packs of cauliflower rice, they're quite expensive for the size of portions you get. And if you're replacing your rice with cauliflower rice, then you want to be using quite a bit, because you want to actually make it as a proper meal, as opposed to just, you know, a side dish. Or just somehow, I think some of these people think that that's all people eat, are side dishes.
So if anybody wants to see it, this is basically...
Yep, oh, you go, show them the machine.
That's what it is, and you get this part and attachments that go inside. Well, they click in, don't they?
Yeah. So this is the basic machine, and then you've got different blades. So you have blades for chopping and blades for slicing, and this is the grating blade. Yep. And all you do then is you put your bowl underneath and you put your
stuff in there.
And
that's it.
Really easy to use.
Just one button on the top.
You just literally pop your stuff on there, whack that button down, and it all comes out. So it's a really simple thing to use.
Super easy.
And as I say, that creates. Just whop that to one side.
Super easy.
Oops. That creates the cauliflower rice like this. So then, to cook the cauliflower rice off, so I'm just putting again a little bit of the rapeseed oil, fry light, on the pan, and I'm actually going to use one of the garlic because we like the garlic with the cauliflower rice. Now you can season this if you want to add some salt and pepper into the cauliflower rice. We've done that before, haven't we, love? Yeah. And that's quite yummy. So you just pop that in the pan, get your spatula, and just keep that turning. And then going back to the meatballs, you just want to sort of, oops, that one's completely crumbled. But you just want to try and turn them.
Or you can use a spoon and just roll them over.
Yeah, that's probably the better idea, actually. We'll do that. You can tell which one of us is the chef in the family, can't you? Which one is the cook, the baker, the candlestick maker?
Yeah.
Oops, no, they are just crumbling, love. I don't know what I've done.
That's alright. That's it, just slightly rolling, that's it. You're getting it.
There you go, oops. So, maybe the idea of doing smaller ones was better.
Yeah, maybe, they're okay.
But it's all going to get cooked, it's all going to get eaten, it all goes down the same way, doesn't it? So there you go. Oh, I'm getting the hang of it now. Yeah, so you just turn them like that.
Actually, yeah.
Oh, see?
Yeah, that's it.
And we'll pretend that one there that's all mangled, we'll pretend Ruffus did that one.
I think it might be different though, if obviously where that's lean and bean as well, and different to if you just use normal meat, with it's about the soya, yeah. Yeah,
possibly.
I'm saying to help bind it a bit more, you can just, when you make the balls up and put the spice, you can throw an egg into it as well.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of doing that.
And that will help it bind slightly better.
And we'll do that next time, but this will be alright for now. As I say, and all we're doing is you just keep turning the cauliflower just to stop that sticking to the bottom. You're just heating the moisture out. And this is it. This is how easy it is. It's not difficult at all. I must say, if you are wanting to do well, this book, the Curry Club book, is absolutely brilliant. We've got so many ideas from this. And again, there's so many bits and pieces. You can see it's kind of, the book itself is already beginning to start to fall apart because we use it a lot to get ideas. We've done the keema matar and the whole cauliflower, and I think we did, what was the other one we did from this? The chicken curry was from that. So we use it a lot. So this is another one. I think this is our 3rd or 4th video from this book. But it's the first time we've done these meatballs. So that's all just going to simmer away and cook through for a few minutes. So we'll be back in a little bit. So just lightly seasoning with some sea salt and some ground black pepper. So I've already seasoned this, the sauce mix, and I've just seasoned the cauliflower rice. So again, just keep that stirring. You can just see the moisture coming off it, or the steam coming off it. I'm just going to turn that all the way down, just to keep that happily cooking over, just while the meatballs fully cook through. So it's been about another 10 minutes of cooking time, so I'm just going to dish up the cauliflower rice first. Okay, so that's the cauliflower rice on the plates. Now let's go for the meatballs. So there you go. I think next time we will use an egg just to help bind it. But I've got to say, it smells yummy, and it's probably going to taste absolutely yummy. It won't make much of a difference. The fact that the meatballs, a couple of them have exploded in the pan, well, come apart in the pan. But there you go. Rufus is really hungry right now, so if you've liked this video, do please give us a thumbs up, leave a comment underneath in the comments section, and of course do go and subscribe. Yeah then, Rufus, this is yours.